Do you offer catering in your restaurant? If you do, I'm going to show you 3 hacks so you can absolutely blow your competition out of the water. You will grow top line revenue to the point where catering could and should be as much as 20% of your business. The beauty part is that we're not killing other business. We are finding previously unrealized revenue. So how do you crush catering? 3 things that you're probably not doing that I promise you your competitors aren't doing. I'm going to tell you what they are. If you don't know me, my name is Chip Klose. I'm the founder of a company called Restaurant Strategy. I help independent restaurant owners increase the profitability of their restaurants. If you're new here, make sure to click below, hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified every time we put out a new video. These videos are short, sweet, and to the point. So today, 3 catering hacks, ways to grow your catering business. Are you ready? Without any further ado, number 1, the first thing you should be doing is stop emailing people. Pick up the damn phone and call them. Every time you get an inquiry, you pick up the phone and call them right away. You do something that in sales they call the double tap. So you call them, it rings, it rings, it rings. If they don't pick up, you hang up. Then you pick up the phone right away and you dial them again. What happens is most people will see a call coming in, they won't recognize the number, and they won't pick up the phone. When you call a second time, people go, they get a little panicky. They start thinking, oh, are my parents okay? Is that my kid's school? Did something happen? And they pick up the phone and they say hello. And then you've got their attention, right? The double tap. Then if you call once and hang up, you call a second time, it goes to voicemail. You leave a message that goes something like this. Hey, my name is Chip. I'm calling from Restaurant XYZ. I just saw you submitted an inquiry about doing catering. I have a couple of quick questions for you. Give me a call back at your convenience. Here is the number. I'm going to send you an email as well in case that's a better way to reach you. Then you hang up. Then you write the email and you basically repeat what you just said. Hey, this is Chip calling from Restaurant XYZ. I got your inquiry. I just left you a voicemail, but I figured I'd write an email as well in case that's a better way to reach you. I had a couple of quick questions for you so I can get you a proposal or a quote for your inquiry. Email me back here or call me back at this number if that's an easier way to reach. And then you send it. That's the first thing you do, right? You pick up the phone instead of sending an email. Here's the other way you pick up the phone. Every single time, and this again will change your business, every time you get a gig, a job, you call 24 hours later. So you do a catering job on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you pick up the phone and you call whoever it was that hired you, right? Now, this is very important. Again, this will change your business. It starts off as a customer service call and it turns into a sales call. So you pick up the phone and you say, hey, this is Chip calling from Restaurant XYZ. Cindy, how was catering yesterday? Did you have everything you need? What did people say? What did they love? Was there anything you heard that people didn't love? Was there anything that was left over at the end? Was there anything that you ran out of? I want to understand how we can be better and we can serve you better the next time, right? You're just starting it as a customer service call and hopefully they are gushing about the experience. And then it turns to a sales call. Now, this is very important. Most people just say, so how was everything? Did you have everything you need? Anything we could have done better? Cool. All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasure. Let me know if you have anything else coming up. We'd love to serve you again. Click. But what you're going to do is actually go for the sale. This is where most salespeople get it wrong. And once you just make this your default operating system, your business will change. So again, you start as the customer service call. Now you have the script. If you'd missed it, rewind and just write it all down. But that's the script. And then you've hopefully gotten them to gush. And then you turn it into a sales call. Say, listen, I'm thrilled you enjoyed everything. It was our pleasure. We loved being able to feed you and your team. Question. How often do you do this? Or what do you have coming up? We'd love to serve you again. And then you stop talking. And you let them say, oh, well, we usually do this every Thursday afternoon. Or, sometimes whenever we have clients in, and then you go and you drive for the sale. And you say, well, do you normally bounce around? Or can we be your every Thursday caterer? We'd love to do that. And then if they say, no, we like variety, say, no problem. What if we were the first Thursday of every month, right? What if we could be somewhat regular that way? So maybe you don't get the job every week, but maybe you can get the job once a month. And man, that's huge. If they say, well, no, we just do this from time to time and I don't know what's coming up, you say, cool, no problem, I get it. Well, I'd love to continue building this relationship. Is it okay if I call you from time to time? All you're looking for is either the sale or permission to sell them again sometime in the future. And this person you're talking to will be a nice, polite, warm human being. And they will say, sure, you can call me in a couple of months. And then you say, great, I look forward to chatting with you. And then you hang up. Now you've either gotten the sale and you get something else on the books, or you've gotten permission to call them back and sell them again in the future. Picking up the phone, not just sending an email and saying, hey, I hope everything was good yesterday. Anything we could have done better? They will ignore that. But you actually pick up the phone. And again, use the double tap as well. So when you call the person the day after the event and they don't pick up, you hang up and you call right back again. 9 times out of 10, they will pick up. In the off chance that they don't and they let it go to voicemail, leave the message and then send the email. And if I were you, I would try later again in the day, and I would probably try the day after. After that point, 48 hours after the event, I would probably just let it lie. But in those first 24 to 48 hours, I would do everything I could to get the gatekeeper, and that's really important. That's who these people are, the people that make decisions. So the executive assistant, the office manager, whoever orders catering, they are the gatekeeper. You have to win them over. More on that in a minute. That's the first thing. Stop sending emails. Pick up the damn phone. The next thing you can do, and what you're probably not doing, is you re-engage with past customers. So every once in a while, I call it the 9-month rule. 9 months after an event. So somebody ran an event with you last December, November, October, September. In September, you are going to call them and you pick up the phone and you say, hey, Nancy, this is Chip calling from restaurant XYZ. How you doing? Cool. Well, listen, I don't want to bother you, but I just wanted to reach out because we took care of your client dinner last December, or we took care of your partner luncheon or whatever, and we'd love the chance to do it again. Have you lined up a caterer for the event? Are you throwing this event again? Have you lined up a caterer? How can we make this happen? How can we feed you and your team again? Right? By re-engaging with them, and again, I call it the 9-month rule because about 3 months before the event is when they start looking at vendors and you want to be first in line. By doing this with all of your past BEOs, all past clients, you get yourself in a rhythm of calling 9 months after the original event or 8 months after, whatever you think is appropriate. But re-engage with past people. Guess what? Not by email, but by phone. Be a person. This is crucial. If you can build this into your daily or weekly workflow, it would be huge. So the number one tip that I gave you is pick up the phone. Don't email. Pick up the phone. Specifically 24 hours later, it starts as customer service and then turns into a sales call. The second thing is make sure you're re-engaging with past clients. Don't just assume that they will think of you again. Now, the third thing, and I talked about the gatekeeper, the third thing you can do to turbocharge your catering is to understand who the gatekeepers are and win them over. So when you call in this example, when I'm calling this company 9 months later, I'm saying, hey, Nancy, this is Chip from Restaurant XYZ. I don't know if you remember me. And she's going to say, oh, yeah, I remember you. Say, perfect. I wanted to check, see how things are going on. We did your partner dinner, or we did your, your client luncheon last December. I obviously wanted to see if you are going to be doing that again because we'd love to feed you again. But I had another question. Have you been here recently? You have a restaurant, I'm guessing. You should be leveraging your restaurant as a tool to woo them over. So sending gifts, sending gift cards, or leaving gift cards at the front, or inviting them in. I do this all the time. I would say, well, we just freshened up the dining room, or we just freshened up the private dining room, or have you, we put together a new catering menu. I'd love to have you taste some of this stuff. Can I send some stuff over, right? And when they say yes, you're basically sending a catered lunch for Nancy. Nancy, in this case, is the office manager, is the gatekeeper. And then I would go down and do it personally and shake Nancy's hand. And I wouldn't just bring her lunch. I would bring her some gift baskets. I'd bring her a bottle of wine, and I would also probably bring her a $100 gift card to come back to the restaurant. I want to take care of Nancy. Nancy has to understand that there's a benefit to ordering from you. Make it juicy, go above and beyond. I promise you, if your competitors are doing it, you can outspend them. You can out-juicy this thing. You can take care of Nancy in a way that your competitors aren't. That is the third thing. You have to understand you are not trying to woo a company. You're trying to woo one person, one decision maker. And I call that person, in this case, Nancy. I call Nancy the gatekeeper. Those are the three things you can do to absolutely blow your competitors out of the water and increase your revenue when it comes to catering. Should be as much as 20% of your total top line for the year. So I want you to look at your books, look at your P&L, and see how much revenue is actually coming in through catering. If you're like most restaurants, I'd say it's anywhere between 3 and 6%. It should be 15, 20% plus, and it's not hard to do. Number one thing you have to do is stop emailing people, pick up the phone, specifically when inquiries come in and 24 hours after you do a catering gig. Second one is to re-engage and be really methodical about re-engaging with past clients. Those are your best clients because they've already taken a chance on you. They love what you have. Hopefully, you took great care of them. So just re-engage and rework those leads. And then the third thing is you got to butter up the gatekeepers. In this case, Nancy. Make sure she knows that there are benefits to going with you. There are things she gets. Those are the three things I promise you your competitors aren't doing. When you do that, when you operationalize them, it will grow your catering exponentially. That's it, guys. I appreciate you being here. I run the podcast, the Restaurant Strategy Podcast. If you want more tips like this, every single week we put out 2 new episodes. I also run a group coaching program. If you run an independent restaurant, right? So a small group, if you are struggling with profitability, click the link below, grab some time on my calendar. I'd love to chat with you about it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.